Good afternoon, everybody. This is Zach. Let's head to the gym. Little bit of a later start today. It's like, 4:30 in the afternoon right now? Something like that. I tried to go this morning and just could not get in the zone. I know it's because, kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I had my first ever therapy visit appointment. It lasted for an hour and a half and was extremely useful. This channel and what I do is mostly focused on physical health. Me losing weight, putting on muscle, that's the whole fat to jacked. But physical health is only half your health. And mental health is, I can't really pretend it's something that's not being spoken about in the modern age, for which I am very grateful. I feel like my generation, I'm 37, I'm an older millennial, was responsible for a lot of the ground being broken on making that more acceptable. My parents' generation, it certainly was not. It was a hush-hush taboo type thing. My parents are both very late boomers, early Gen X. And just was not something that you spoke about then. Neither with my parents nor their parents. And I like being transparent with that type of thing because, social media has a tendency to only showcase the best light. Sharp top-down lighting for your to make you look swole. Instagram filters to make it look like you don't have any wrinkles. Clever shots to make it look like that's your McLaren, or like you have a really huge house when in reality, buddy, that's just a wide-angle lens. So much of what we consume is fake. It's just an illusion, or it's it's an effect in Premiere or DaVinci, and that can rain hell on anyone's mental health, especially in the social media space. I'm fortunate that I think due to my age, I don't really suffer from a lot of social media jealousies. I graduated high school in 2004, and we were the last generation of kids to graduate before social media was really a thing. MySpace took off in 2005. So, we were the last ones. It's a divide. I have a lot of sympathy for today's teenagers having to go through high school with cell phones. God, I can't even imagine. Smartphones capturing everything and people being connected to everything you do at all times. I gotta give you kids credit, man. That sounds like absolute hell on earth. So, more power to you for being able to deal with that. But, mental health comes from more issues, come from more place than social media. I myself, depression runs in my family. And quite honestly, I weigh just over 440 pounds now. You don't get that heavy because you have a healthy relationship with food and you're healthy up here. It's just not how that works. I have had issues for a very long time, and a lot of times I just hate to deal with it. And you eat, and you just, you want that dopamine hit. You're searching for that stimulus, something to make you feel better. And, it catches up with you over time. Everybody has hard things going on in their life. I'm going through some shit right now. And it's not something I'm really wanting to talk about on the channel. At least not yet, depending on how things go. But, I despite, generationally being part of a generation that was way better about talking about mental health, and despite being an advocate for people pursuing help, I've never done it myself. I figured I was strong enough, I was smart enough, I could do all that on my own. Who needs a pro? Who needs anything? Whew. Boy, was I fucking wrong. Oh man, was I wrong. It's very hard to get through things like this alone. And even if you have people to talk to, one of the first things a therapist will ask you is, do you have a good friend network? Do you have people you can talk to? Because, those things matter. But somebody with a good relationship to you, a spouse or a friend, you're not going to get an unbiased take from them. They're going to try, and they're going to do their best, but they're always going to be tilted in your favor. Just whatever you think best suits you. And with therapists, what you're paying for is that impartiality and that pragmatic approach. And sometimes the pragmatic approach you might need is, hey, you actually do need to focus on you with some, even when every instinct tells you that you don't need to. Quite honestly, that's been my problem. I focused externally on so many other people and so many other things that I just never took care of myself. And I've got to change that. I've got to change that for my physical health. I've got to change it for my kids. I've got to change it for my wife. I've got to change it for the friends and family that love me and like being around me. When you hurt or when you suffer, you're not the only one that pays for it. Everybody around you does. There's an expression that says, your mental health may not be your fault, but it is your responsibility. And it is not something for other people to deal with for you. There's no weakness in recognizing you need help. If we want to look at this from a gym standpoint, do you stare at your muscles and tell them to move? No. You get your ass in the gym, you load the weights on that dumbbell, on that barbell rather, or you grab those dumbbells and you get to work. That gym, those weights, they're helping you. You didn't manifest that body into motion. You had to work for it, that's for damn sure. But kind of hard to strength train without weights. They facilitate you. Mental health professionals are the same way. They may facilitate it. They may give you a path, an idea, but damn it, you're the one that's got to do the work. If you don't put it in, it's not going to matter. And just like with physical strength, if you don't train your body, you will be weak. You will be unhealthy, and you will be unable physically to do the things you want to do in the world. The same thing goes for your brain. If you let it rot, you let it suffer in turmoil and don't learn how to straighten it out, your life and everyone in it's going to suffer for it. So, take care of yourselves, y'all. This is our one trip. This is the only chance we get. And the journey is the point, not the destination. We all wind up in the same destination, right? We all wind up in the ground at some point. But it's the journey. That's the whole point. And do it the best you can. And make it the best you can for you. And if you're watching this channel, you're somebody that probably seems to want to do it for their body. Make sure you're doing it for your mind also. So, all right. That's all for today. Going in to get a leg day in. Late leg day. I am going to be tired as shit, but that's okay. Better late than never, y'all. All right. You guys take it easy.